We are about to begin the QB Power Hour webinar series, your bi-weekly dose of insights and learning for accounting professionals with co-host Dan DeLong, along with Sharrin Fuller. We're here to explore the latest in the industry, QuickBooks, and integrations that matter to you. For more details on the series, visit qbpowerhour.com. Before we get started with the main content, we want to cover a few housekeeping tips. Any handouts or resources mentioned today will be provided for download, so no frantic note-taking required. If you miss anything or want to revisit a section, don't worry, video and audio replays of this live webinar will be available after the session. For everyone joining us live on Zoom, please use the Q&A panel for content-specific questions so we can address them directly during the session or follow up later. If you've got general comments or want to chat with your fellow attendees, use the chat feature. We love seeing your thoughts and reactions.
Another quick reminder, you can stay connected with Sharrin and Dan and keep the conversation going on their respective community platforms. If you want in, just scan the QR code on your screen and join us. We'd love to see you there. Before we dive in, I want to give a huge thank you to our Spotlight sponsors. Their support is a big reason we're able to bring you these webinars completely free of charge. We carefully select sponsors who offer real value to accounting professionals and small business owners, just like you. If you find today's session helpful, please take a moment to check out our sponsors. Your support helps keep this community thriving and ensures we can keep delivering fresh, practical content week after week. Thanks again for being here. Let's get started. All right. Where is the next slide? There we go.
Where is me?
Where is you? What is
I don't know.
wrong
My
with
video doesn't want to turn on.
It's very dark wherever you are because
Vegas and it's bright. I seriously have no idea what's happening in my life right now. Let's just keep talking. Hi guys, I'm here.
This is kind of exciting that you have the technical problems. And it looks like she accidentally left.
There we go. There we go.
It's thinking about showing you.
You know, in all fairness, in the past 15 minutes before we went on here, I was having nothing but technical problems. So, but Dan, I did completely automate my email response. I wrote the longest make this weekend, like this massive thing to where I'll have to show you sometime. I'm pretty excited. So if I seem way too nice and just pleasant and more than just say yep in my emails, that is definitely
It's not you.
Yeah, it's not me. It's the way that AI perceives me. Go ahead. Let's do this.
All right. Welcome everybody to another QB Power Hour with Sharrin and Dan, and we are starting this new evolution of what the QB Power Hour is going to be, and part of it is coming up with some recurring series. And the first one that we're starting off with is called the Open Tab, which we used to call, very sterilely QuickBooks updates. So we're kind of lumping this all into this title called the Open Tab. So we appreciate you joining us here today. We do have some updates about the QB Power Hour that we want to talk about, as well as what's going on in the QuickBooks world. My name is Dan DeLong, owner at Danwith and School of Bookkeeping, and Sharrin is also joining us.
Hi guys.
So, if you're just joining us for the first time, you're in a state of flux. So we are every other week, every other Tuesday at noon Eastern. We are not eligible for CPE credit for the live webinars, but we do have a whole year on the QB or on the Earmark channel where you can get some CPE credit for last year's. And while we're talking about updating the webinar, and if you didn't join us last week when we kind of sat down with Sharrin and kind of talked about some of the things that she's gone through, she has pointed out that that I'm pretty scattered when it comes to the QB Power Hour. And one of the things that we've realized is that we want to, based on your feedback from last week, as well as in the Facebook group, we are going to be a little bit more, what's the word, Sharrin?
Efficient,
Focused,
streamlined, processed,
streamlined.
focused.
All the things that we need to do, because I realized that one of the things, well, I was watching this quote or present speech by Nick Saban, the former coach of the Alabama Tide, and he was giving a story that said, he went out fishing, and there was another fisherman who was catching fish left and right. And he was throwing the big ones back and keeping like the medium sized ones. So he finally asked him, "Hey, why are you throwing away the big ones?" And his response was, "Well, I only have a 9-inch frying pan." And so,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Tag yourselves. Tag yourselves. Sorry.
so it made me, working with Sharon on the co-hosting duties here, she made me realize that there's other frying pans available that
Oh, you were the one
the
with the nut. You were the one with the medium fish. You're the medium fish. Okay, got
exactly,
you. Sorry.
because I've realized that I've been doing things a certain way just because I've been doing things a
That's
certain
what you,
way.
that is insanity. Like
Yeah.
literally.
So, what we are planning to do is to do the QB Power Hour solely on Zoom. And we're also, one of the things that we were doing in the past to make it real easy for you uh, as a registrant of QB Power Hour is to make this a recurring series. And what we're going to be doing is actually being deliberate. Over the next couple months, we are going to be transitioning to solely individual webinars that you register for, right? So that way, it's going to accomplish one of two things or several things. One will be that you can put on your calendar the topic that you've registered for, because the challenge is if you put the QB Power Hour on your calendar, it's whatever topic was at the point where you put it on your calendar. So when you get a calendar alert about some topic that happened 2 years ago because you put it on your
And
calendar,
you're all
then
excited, and then you show up, and they're like, it's Dan and Matt, and you show up, and I'm here, and you're really disappointed. That's not my fault. I'm not in charge of that. So,
right. So
Dan.
starting next time, the 17th, we will go to an individually registered for topic. Now, we'll keep this recurring series open for those that didn't get the memo. Um, so the people that maybe aren't here today, but were here last time, will come up. There will be what's the word? The boilerplate or the welcome screen, waiting room. That's the word.
There you go.
The waiting room will have a way to quickly register for the active one that day. So so in the meantime, that's just something to realize. The podcast is not going to be as quick turnaround. That's going to be the podcast audio of our webinar will be delayed. So if you are listening on the podcast
So you gotta be
today,
live, yo. You gotta be live.
yeah,
Otherwise, you're just gonna have to wait. I don't know what to tell you. You just wait. You either are there or you wait for the good things, and that's just how it is. But one thing I wanted to add, we're coming up with these topics. Is there anything you guys want to hear about? Is there anything we haven't covered? Is there anything you'd love to hear my snarky opinion on, or Dan give you some really good insight on? I mean, let us know. We're putting some things together. We're pretty excited about some of the upcoming topics, but are we missing the mark? What do you guys, I mean, a lot of you I see are here every single week, and we should like send you a fruit basket or a bottle of something, but let us know if there's something you're like, I would love if you talked about X.
so our series that we're going to be kind of cycling through, the open tab, which will be the Intuit News product updates, common questions that we've seen in the Facebook group. Tech It to the Limit will be all about apps and technology that augments QuickBooks. Beyond Bookkeeping, we'll be focusing on advisory services, things that elevate your practice and your prices. Niche Nuances, which will all be about specific industry types. We had one a couple times ago. Is the grass greener? Which will be evaluating alternatives to QuickBooks. And then one that we did last year, we did this app showdown, where it's more of an app Thunderdome, where two apps of similar types of they solve the same problem, right? I mean, they're out there. You know who they are: payroll providers or spend management platforms. That's what we did last year, where we did Ramp versus Corpay One, where two apps actually get talked about at the same time, or multiple apps where you can help, or the goal is you can choose the right one for you and your clients, not just one only, right? So today, our agenda is going to be about these topics. So we'll talk about the construction edition from Intuit Enterprise Suite, as well as what's available in QBO Advanced. QB Payments, we'll talk about some of the updates there. Inventory updates, our new oxymoron, Intuit Intelligence. And then Intuit Accountant Suite updates, and if time permits, some Facebook group Q&A. So, start our first poll question. I did put the slide handout in the chat.
I got this.
Thank
you. There you go.
I did put the slide handout in the chat. So if you're looking for the handouts, it should be visible there to download. If not, please let us know. All right, while you're answering that first one, let's talk about Construction Edition. So this is hot off the presses from February 11th. So a lot of new information here as far as, a lot of things could have transpired between the 11th and now. But Intuit Enterprise Suite was announced in at Intuit Connect that this is the first vertical or industry specific edition that QuickBooks Online Intuit Enterprise Suite is going to address, which just makes sense because it's one of those industries that is conducive to QuickBooks Online, field service management, construction, job costing, those types of things, which if you look at the evolution of QuickBooks Online in the past, that was pretty much the same trajectory for QuickBooks Online. It served non-inventory based companies better than those that needed those workflows. Sharrin, any thoughts on the on that type of industry as the first one for Intuit to go after or look at?
Dan, I'm gonna be real with you. I wasn't listening very much, but now that you just answering questions over here and typing things down, yes. So this used to be my specialty for a while because construction is. I loved it because they're the most unorganized dudes, but their industry's complex. They have all these different liens going on, and I also love construction because the guys are like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do your job. You just do your job. I do my job. Help me make money, right? And they were my favorite to work with because they never questioned. But yeah, I mean, I think the reason, because construction does need an advanced level, you can't just use Simple Start. You can't use their regular QuickBooks Online and properly run a construction company without 800 plugins. So I do see that this is a good place for them to go for job costing, for for their projects, I can't even think of the word right now, but your project invoicing, right? You progress anyhow.
Invoicing.
Progress invoicing. I haven't done construction in a while, in any level. But yeah, no, I think it's actually pretty smart. And I know we don't hear me say that much about Intuit, but I think that this is a good one to tackle because there's a lot of other software coming out that's trying to say, hey, move everything over to this. In fact, I have a client that they've created some of these things, but not the accounting piece. So it is pretty smart in my opinion.
And especially those kinds of businesses, they tend to have smaller multiple entities, right? Which is, you have a holding company or you have not a practice management, rentals. What is it? I can't think of the term. Where you're managing the rent.
Property manager?
Property management, yes. So you have like a property management company, and they're maybe doing their own, creating an entity for a spec home that they're building or things like that, where it's completely separate, and that also tends to navigate or gravitate towards the Intuit Enterprise Suite features of multiple entities and the, being able to add that dimension to those multiple entities, right?
Yeah.
So it does make sense. So market here today, you said smart, and and I said
I don't throw those words out easily. We all know this. We all know this.
Right. It's kind of like getting rated on a 1 to 5. No one's a 5, but today,
today, yeah. I mean, you know me. I give credit where credit's due, and I also like playing devil's advocate. And when they do something, it makes sense. It makes sense. But anyhow,
yeah. So the construction edition is a compilation of several features, and somebody asked in the chat, is the add-on free? No. The simply enough, it's not.
Come on,
it's not
guys.
free. Don't put it past them to automatically include that, because if you're getting more features, you should.
Even if you don't need them, do not want them, and will not use them, you will be charged for them. That is the new Intuit motto.
So the suite of features, and it's very similar to like what you see with the different QuickBooks Desktop, precious metals of silver, gold, platinum. You get a feature set by that different edition, right? So the construction edition is categorizing in these various feature sets, right? So the project phases is something that is part of that. Of course, it's very important to a construction company to be able to put it in phases and bill and budget for each of those phases. Cost groups is another aspect of that. Project budgeting enhancements, so you'll be able to budget by phase, those types of things, and then you'll have a proposal process, as well as a transaction type, a unique transaction type called change orders. So if you were using QuickBooks Desktop, the change order feature in QuickBooks Desktop was an amendment to the original estimate with just details of what was changed. So it's basically like having an audit trail on your transaction. Here, change orders are actually a separate transaction type, right? So you'll be able to have your main quote, your proposal, and then changes as they occur. We'll have that in there. And then AIA